Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sakinah Rine and my registration number is A1M218019. Okay, in this video, I will discuss all explain about management in cooperative learning. Okay, let's see the problem first. Many teachers report that their management problems decrease dramatically once they switch to cooperative learning. The reason is in the traditional classroom, there is a mismatch between the needs of the student and the structure of the classroom. So, the answer of that is a cooperative learning classroom. So, the cooperative learning classroom is better alike with student needs. This based on the assumption that learning occurs through doing and interacting. Students are encouraged to interest, move, and create. So, before there is 5 topics that I will discuss today. Okay, the first one I will discuss about the cooperative learning. Okay, in cooperative learning, the first one that we will see is the teacher's roles. So, teacher's roles, cooperative learning free the teacher during teamwork time. The teacher use this time for authentically assessing comprehension, observing, consulting, keeping class on task, evaluating, analyzing, and working with individual student or team. Okay, the thing that we have to see in the teacher's role, the first one is authentically assessing understanding. The second is keeping them on text. The third is observing and consulting, and evaluating, listening, design, and the last one is working with individual or teams. Okay, and the second style in the cooperative management is positive attention and connection. So, the first one is a positive attention. One of the most powerful tools we have for shaping the behavior of our student is a positive attention. Whatever we pay attention to, we will get more of it. All of them we highlight what students do wrong instead of what they do right. And the second is a recognition. So, recognition is another way to give a positive attention in the classroom. Recognition is a public celebrating an individual, team, or the whole class success in a form other than teachers practice. Recognize can take a number of forms like class newsletter, class money of points, awards, positive letter home, team or class reward, public applause or bowl, celebrating board, and team or class cheers. And the second style that in the cooperative learning is simultaneous management. Simultaneous rather than sequential management style eliminate downtime when distributing material, answering questions, and forming teams. The first one is in a simultaneous management that we have to see is when the student answering question, when we forming teams in a student, and distributing the material in the classroom, taking a role, and the last is how we sharing the answer by the teacher and the student. Next style in the cooperative learning is giving direction. So, instruction teams how to do a complex project involves a totally different set of management skill than those involving in telling students to each open a workbook to page blah 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 and do problem blah blah blah. One cooperative learning lesson may include a number of structure, each of which requires many steps. The first one, the thing that we have to see in a given direction, like verbal and written direction, bite-sized bits, triggering, selecting student and teams, modeling, checking for understanding, structuring, and others. Okay, cooperative management signal is the last style in the cooperative management. Okay, cooperative management signal. In the cooperative classroom, signal are not just from the teacher to student, but also from the student to teacher. Student actually help manage the class by signaling the teacher if the teacher is going to pass or if they do not understand the connect or instruction by the teacher. The student that the thing that the student can do is the first one, like over my head and slow down, or say that I need a partner, or say that we're finished, like responsible, reading, writing, and the last time we have to think the time and the structure. Okay, now we will move to the second subtopic of this material today, that is the creating the content for the cooperation. Okay, the first one that you have to see in the creating the content for cooperation is a procedures. Well-managed cooperative classroom use procedures. Procedures are the hazard classroom behavior pattern for reported events. Okay, the thing that you have to see in the procedure is first thing first, like don't wait for the classroom problems to arise to put procedure in place, and the second is never too late. Ideally, we would know all the potential management problems and put procedure in place to prevent those problems. And my veteran teachers come pretty close, but anticipation management problem do arise. And the third is teach, practice, and retouch procedures. And the last thing, reinforce the procedure. The second thing that we can see in this subbab is a cooperative expectation. So, in cooperative classroom, we set positive expectations rather than imposing classroom. In cooperative classroom, rules such as no talking are eliminated. Discussion is encouraged. Cooperative learning as a new expectation. The box of this page lists some typical expectations for teams and consequence for those who do not live up those expectations. There's a following is a cooperative class expectation black line. You may know the first one is general team class expectation. There is a sample cooperative relation to have student generate class and for team expectation. The step one is a teacher outlines rationale for expectation. The second one, the step two is a team next brainstorm expectation. Step three is team organize expectation. Step four is team share expectation. Step five is class process expectation. Step five is step six is a teacher was expectation. Okay, and the second is a variation. There is two things that we see in the variation, that is a team expectation and the past consequence. And the next is setting up the room. Setting in a cooperative learning classroom is arranged to accommodate student terms and frequent cooperative interaction. Good setting arrangement is a conducive to teamwork. Poor setting or arrangement is obstacle to teamwork and becomes a management problem. Okay, the first one is we have to see is team setting with different classroom furniture. Let's see how to set up the classroom with a variety of the furniture. The first one is we have to set the individual desks, and then for shows, the team desks, long tables, carpet patch, lab tables, computer lab, and lecture halls and computers. Okay, the third subtopic is managing attention. Managing noise during independent work is quite different than noise management in the cooperative class. When a student work alone, we manage noise using a simple rule. No talking. If there's all talking, the teacher's voice is easy to hear. So we need only to begin this speaking to get the student attention. In cooperative learning, we encourage interaction. We need a quiet signal to quietly, effectively get students to refocus on the teacher. The first one is the quiet signal. The thing that we have to see in the quiet signal. Some teachers spend enormous amount of time and energy to get attention of all their students, but the simple one is the best to get attention is raise a hand. That is a signal for students to stop talking. And the second is immediate attention. So what is the 5 con? To emphasize that I expect full alert attention in under 5 seconds. I tell a student that if it ever takes over 5 seconds to get all hands quiet and all eyes on me, we will stop everything and practice the quiet signal. And the next is quiet signal variation. Okay, we will see in here the variation like give me 5, instrument signal, likes, music sound effect or sound bite, clap or snap or a rhythm, and if you hear me, clap once, choral response, and free talk. Okay, the third subject is managing noise. Okay, the thing that we have to see in the managing noise in our class in the management cooperative learning is the first one is sound travel training, and the second is voice levels, the third is choral response, and the next is noise reductional signal, and next stoplight cards, and then background music, and mechanical noise monitoring, student self-monitoring, and other. Okay, let's move to the other subbab, that is managing time. Okay, in managing time, there are two things that we have to see. The first one is sponge activities. Okay, in this sponge activities too, we have to think the sum, like type of sponge, assignment sponge, sponge structure, and a sponge center. And the second thing that we have to see in the managing time is the time activities. There's additional tips and tools to avoid the dead time, like timers, time captain, and class time. Now we move to the managing materials or the next subbab. In a cooperative learning, teams share many material. Sample procedure help us effectively manage team materials. First thing that we have to see is the team tabs and pack. Team tabs are material storage tabs that are usually placed in the center of the team table. And team packs can use instead of tabs. Team packs can be large pouch or shipping envelopes. Okay, and the second thing in managing material is team bins. In addition to or instead of the team top, we can use team bins. Team bins are stored in a common classroom area and are retrieved by teammates during cooperative work. And the last thing in managing material is collecting and distributing work in material. Okay, and the next subtopic is managing energy. So there are two things that we have to see in managing energy. The first one is getting them up. Okay, the following are some ways to quickly increase alertness or an ability to learn in a classroom is stand up, hand up, peer up, traveling heads together, traveling style, one straight, all class building structure, all silly sport and goofy games, and the last is energizing music. And the second thing that we have to see in this topic is bringing them down. Okay, among the other easy ways to calm down the student is like time per share, sustaining silent reading, journaling, solo problem solving, and worksheet work. And the last is calm music. Okay, now we'll move to the last topic,